everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel and to today's video. So I had a couple of ideas in mind and I decided to stick with my Jeffree Star palettes, well, not all actually. So I'm going to use the Jawbreaker and the Mini Breaker, but I'm going to supplement my look today with the Zulu by Juvia's. You guys, if you have tuned into my channel, you've seen that I use this quite a bit. And I have this inclination to do some kind of fall looks because it feels so cold. It's not even mid-August yet, and it basically feels like it's September, October already. So I don't know, you guys, like the weather is crazy this year, but we're gonna get into this look, and I just want to do, I guess, a summery look because I feel like I'm clinging to the last little bit of summer that's left. So let's get started. I'm going to start by priming. I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Blur Stick by Face Studio. This is the shade 100 Transparent Universal. I apply it right from the tube and just into my problem areas where I have pores that I need filling in. And I always say for a drugstore product, this is pretty good. It's I don't want to say pretty good. I mean, it's awesome for traveling because it takes up no space at all. And you can basically just do your makeup in your car. Just pop this on your face and you're ready for foundation. So anything in stick format is perfect for traveling. I'm just going to smooth it out with my fingertips and press it in at the same time. And we are ready for foundation. It is that simple. So for today, I'm using my Tarte Foundcealer. This is the shade 42 and Tan Neutral because again, I'm clinging to the fact that it's like the last little bit of summer left and I want to have some kind of summery look today. So I'm going to use a brush instead of my sponge, which I've always been using, except for last date night. I used my brush for full coverage. I don't really care about the coverage today as much. I just want to try out my brush again. But I'm using the Round Kabuki by Sigma. This is the F82. And I'm going to put this product on the back of my hand. So I usually just start out with 2 pumps. And then if I need more, I work my way up. And I usually also start on my jaw. And I do my lower face first. And this product blends out really nicely with the brush. So I blended and I blended and I blended with this brush. I only put on 2 pumps of this product, and as you can see, my face looks really glowy. It looks natural, even though I did use a brush, but I didn't put on a huge coat of product. My forehead looks great, and all I do is I just basically buff it into my skin with this brush, and it just has this beautiful glowy finish. It looks like I look natural. I don't even look like I'm wearing makeup right now. And I love this product. I love applying it with brushes like this. Even though I haven't, you guys, I know I always use my sponge, but I like this too. I just don't always do it. I just usually reach for my sponge first because it's just there, and I don't really go into my brushes except for, like, you know, other products and stuff like eyeshadow. I'm not going to touch it anymore. Let's go in with the under eyes now. I am going to use my e.l.f. color correcting stick here. Just pop it under the eyes to cover up all those dark circles, and then also on my spots to cover them up. And I'm kind of debating. I wonder what this would look like if I didn't bother blending this out. If I just go straight in with my concealer. I'm using my Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Natural Beige. So it's not going to be overly light here. I'm just going to pop it, put it right over top this color correct. And we will bring it up onto the lids to prime for shadow, but I'm not going to highlight the rest of my face. Just trying to get that under eye area a little bit lighter. So this, I will use my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge just to make sure that the sponge is damp, and then just squish out all the water so it's not too damp. And then I start blending out the concealer. Bring it up onto the eyelid. And then basically as soon as you blend this out, before it has a chance to crease at all, you want to set it. So I'm going to set my concealer and my foundation today. And I am using my Coty Airspun loose powder. Remember, I told you it has a very, very strong scent, but I've had it for over a year now and I kind of got used to it. Now I kind of like it. It's weird. Okay, so as I blend this out, I do look up just to kind of get into all those little fine lines around my eye area. And I'm going to bake a little bit. Maybe not bake, but I'm going to set with my sponge here. So I just put a little bit of this product in the cap, tap out one more time here. I go straight in with my sponge like that and just put it right under the eye, and I'll do the lid as well. The rest of my face, except for my forehead, I'm not too concerned about. But this is a really nice way to set. If you use the right products together, it gives you such a nice finish. Just set that right now. And then what we can do after the fact is go in with a large fluffy brush. I use my F20 by Sigma. I just need a little bit more product here. And for $20, you can get these Coty Airspun powder on Amazon. You can't find it in Walmart where I'm from anymore. It's for $20. It has a lot of product in it, and it'll last you forever. So I'm not going to use a lot of powder today. But in order to get into that like smaller eye area right there, I do like to use a smaller brush. So I use this little brush here. You can use any brush you want. This is the F06 Powder Sweet by Sigma. Just a brush small enough that you just use for powder to get into the tiny areas. So under your eye, around your nose. And this just helps smooth out the powder under your eye. And also to wipe it away if you are baking. And flawless. I love the way that this finish is with this powder and this foundation. It looks really, really nice. Even the color of the foundation right now, it's not too dark for me. It's basically perfect. And that was the tan neutral, so it's a little bit neutral as opposed to golden, but right now it works for me. Okay, so next we will do bronzer, I think, because I'm not really feeling a contour today. I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze. This is Coconut Perfect Tan in 104 Tan-Tastic. You can use this all over your body. This shade is really light for me, but it works if I want an all over tan or an all over glow. So I use another big fluffy brush. This is the F30 Large Powder by Sigma. Something that can spread out the product on your face evenly, because if you're looking to contour, you want something that will fit underneath your cheekbone. But for bronze, you kind of just want the product spread out so it looks a little bit more natural. So I always tan the tops of my cheeks, my nose, and I try to bring the product down my nose onto the tops of my cheeks a little bit on the chin, and then again on the forehead. And the shade is good because for my skin tone, I can't overdo it because it's pretty light. And if you are looking for a dupe, I can't exactly say that the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer is a dupe for this, because this is completely matte, and that one has a little bit of a shimmer to it. But it doesn't really look shimmery on your skin. It kind of gives your skin a really nice glow. So honestly, out of both of these, especially for the price, I think I prefer the butter bronzer, to be completely honest, which is a drugstore product. A lot of YouTubers use that, and it works really well. At first I wasn't really sold on it, but then I kind of played around with it and wore it a lot, and I kind of like it. And you will notice you do that with products, even if at first you're not initially impressed. The more you wear something, and the more times you try different ways to wear it, like with a brush or, you know, your fingers or a sponge or whatever the case is, even a different brush, sometimes it applies differently and you learn to love something. So keep that in mind before you return your products, you guys. So next we will go into blush here. I'm using my Tarte Life of the Party Clay Blush Palette Clutch. Yes, this turns into a clutch. So this little, this little blush thing here just pops out, and then you can actually use this to take with you. I haven't used it yet because I'm just going to keep this in my makeup. using it for my makeup, but you can use it for that if you wish. So I'm going to take, this brush here is actually, it has too much, I need to wash it. So I'm not going to use that because it's got a really dark blush from the last time I did my blush. So we will go to a Real Techniques brush here. This is their blush brush. It looks huge, and it is huge. Technically, it's a little big, in my opinion. So I'm actually just going to take these first 3 colors here and mix them all up with this brush. I tap it off a bit and then smile. And I add a little bit to my chin, a little bit to the nose, and it just gives you the right amount. This kind of gives a little bit of a sheen as well. Most blush does. And then next we'll highlight, and then we're going to spray the face, and then I'll go off camera and do brows. So I'm using my Cheekleader by Benefit, the Mini Bronze Squad little palette here, and the shade Cookie, which is the highlight in the middle. So I'm using my F64 Soft Blend Concealer Brush by Sigma. Just because of the size, I really like the precise application of it. I'm just going to put a small amount on my cheeks, a little bit on the nose, Cupid's bow right there, and a little tiny bit on the head. Right here. Just a little peek, if you know what I mean. A little pop of color. And then we're going to spray my entire face. So for today, I'm actually going to use my Maybelline Master Fix by Face Studio. This just says, wear boosting setting spray. I'm not actually wearing this makeup for any length of time today. It's just to go out and do some errands. Actually, to be completely honest, my Morphe spray, this is the second one I've had, and it's almost gone. So I know tomorrow is the release. By the time I can post this video, this stuff will have already happened, but tomorrow is the release of the Jeffree Star and Morphe collab, and he has come out with a strawberry smelling setting spray by Morphe, so I might have to get my hands on that. So once all of your face makeup is complete, it's always nice to give your entire face a spray. A lot of times people will spray their face when their makeup is completely done, but it is nice to kind of do it in the middle because it'll just make sure that all of your face makeup stays put, and also it kind of blends the colors a little bit. Specifically, this highlighter almost has like little individual particles in it that I don't love, and as soon as you spray your face, I find, especially with the Morphe Continuous Mist, it just makes it a little bit better, if that makes sense. Okay, so for eyebrows, I'm just going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Whiz in Chocolate and the Clear Brow Gel, and we will be right back. Okay guys, it's time for the shadow process. So we're going to do a little bit of transitioning before we add some color. So I'm going to start with the shade Cone right here in the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. So I'm going to go in with my infamous E40 Tapered Blending by Sigma, and I'm going to start just above the crease here and bring it up a little bit higher than the crease. I don't want to say higher than normal because I do this a lot. It's nice to have that transition color before you actually add a crease shade. A lot of times you can add a crease shade to give the eye some dimension so it doesn't look like 2D. You've got some shadow in there, which is what we are going to do, but this helps to blend the color as well as transition from up here. All of a sudden you're not going in with this really dark shade in the crease. It helps to just blend and meld everything together. So we're going to switch brushes now, and I'm going to go in with the E35 Tapered Blending, which is just a natural bristle brush, and we're going to go in with the shade Tasty, which is this like dark brownie color, but I'm just going to put a tiny bit on my brush, tap it off, and lightly dust the crease. Now this is just to kind of give some shadow now. And you can see this, it kind of looks like a harsh line, but if we go in with just a little bit of product and then you blend and blend, and we will go back in with that first brush we used and just go over top of the shade to get a seamless finish, and so it's not going to look like this really sharp harsh line, but you can instantly see how that gives my eye some dimension. This is my favorite part, I think, of eyeshadow. I mean, I love color. Like, color is, for me, color is almost like an everyday wear thing. Whereas a lot of people just, they're like, no. And even this, like, you could just pop on some mascara and some lipstick, and that would be a lot of people's like kind of daytime work look. But I always like taking it up a tiny notch. So I'm just gonna keep on blending here. And now I am gonna go back into that first brush and just blend that first color, Cone, into the shade here. So there are nothing that you can see to the visible eye. So it looks completely blended here. And sometimes it's always good to kind of take a step back and just look at your, you know, whether it's your eyebrows or your eyes, just to see if everything looks good. So the next step, and I kind of want to do a little bit of a gradient eye. I want it lighter on the inner corner, and I want it darker kind of on the outside, but like not dark as in adding dark colors. We're going to take an E25 first, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So this is a clean brush, but it's just stained with this dark brown shade. I'm going to go in with the mini breaker now, and I'm going to use the shade Foreplay. So it's kind of like a mix between a purple, mauvey, and a pink. It's pretty potent, so I'm going to tap off the brush. And I'm just going to stick to, like, I'm not going to go any further than the middle of the eye, and I'm just going to stick towards the outside of my eye here. And this is a really bright color. So now that we have that color perfectly placed kind of on the outside of the eye, and I've left the inside, the inner corner open, I'm going to go in with the Jawbreaker palette again and go in with the shade Snack, and it's this really shimmery color. I don't think I've actually used this, but it looks pink. Tap off the brush just in case and just apply it to the inner corner here. And I'm kind of just stamping this on, and I think what we'll do is kind of blend with that transition color in the crease again. And then we might have to go back in and reapply the pink. I'm not sure yet. Let's see how it goes. What I would do is go back in a little bit with the shade Tasty, tap it off, and just lightly blend in the crease just to kind of darken things up a bit. And just make sure that light pink shade on the inner corner of the eye doesn't kind of get away from us. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the first brush again and just blend up here. And then I'm going back in with the darker pink color. Oh, maybe it's purple. Foreplay. That's the name of the shade. And again, I'm just packing it on, and I'm going to gently blend it into that inner corner, like pink, like, wow, light sparkly pink color, because I really want that to pop, and it kind of just got away on me there. I'm getting a little bit of fallout, but we'll wipe that away. So that is perfect. And next, we're going to deliver on the lower lash line now. So I'm going to first go in to the Jawbreaker palette once more. I'm going to take a smallish brush now. I'm actually going to take the short shader, the E20. I'm going to go in with the shade Sour. It is this mint green shade right here. And I'm going to pop this all over the lower lash line. Okay, so because it is more of a pastel shade, it doesn't really have that like poppy effect that I'm looking for. So we're also going to add some of this green from the Zulu by Juvia's, right here, Juvia's, sorry. This is very sparkly. I'm using the same brush. I'm going on right over top that first green color. It's okay if it gets on your lower lash line, but it is a bit uncomfortable if it gets in your eye, so you might want to use a different brush. So right now I actually have some on my contacts. So again, I'm just using a fluffy brush to avoid any fallout. And this is sometimes a trick I like to use. If I do have fallout, I like to go back into my loose powder, take a little bit of it, and just wipe away under the eye, and it just kind of wipes away nice and clean. Right, so that is it. I was gonna line my lashes. We still can, but the trick is I don't really want to take away from any of that color, so maybe I'll just do a small line. So I'm using the Too Faced sketch marker You're So Too Faced. This is black liquid art eyeliner. Close your eye and just stick as close to the lashes as possible. When you do this, it does help to make your lash line look thicker. It makes your lashes look thicker, it makes them look darker, and if you are wearing lashes, it helps to adhere with the glue better. Because if you're going right over top the shadow, sometimes it doesn't work very well. So I made that line thicker than I wanted to. That always seems to happen. It just, whatever, it is what it is. So next, I'm going to put on some mascara, and I think we're also going to do lashes today. So I have some of these lashes sitting here, and I don't know which ones they are. I'm going to put these lashes on. I'm not sure which ones they are because I didn't put them away, but we're going to try them out and see. I'm going to use my Maybelline Total Temptation. This is just like the blackest black. Doesn't even say on the bottom, but yeah, I always get the blackest black. And we will come back and, like, once eyes are done, and we will go ahead and do lip. Alright, lashes are applied. And I had some trouble with these, but I mean, they have been sitting on my makeup vanity for a while, and I don't know which ones they were, and I don't think I washed them off really good, but I got them looking pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? Okay, we're gonna go in for lips now. We're gonna use Milani 09 Spice Color Statement Lip Liner. I sharpened it already. I'm going to outline it, my lips just a little bit more, just to make them look a little bit fuller looking. Okay, and then we're going to add, I picked out two glosses because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to add, but I think I'm going to add the lighter one. So I did have my Fenty Beauty gloss, and this is Fenty Glow. I love this, but, and it is neutral. I just don't know if it's going to go with this, like, purpley mauvey color on my lids. And the next one I picked out was my MAC lip gloss in the shade See Through. So we're going to put this on, and it's really, really light. So, but it is also see-through, so I'm going to blend it really well into the lip liner. And I think, oh, that is not the completed look, because we need to add a little bit of inner corner highlight with the same highlight we used on the cheeks, and a little bit underneath the brow. So I'm going to take a clean pencil brush, this is the E30 by Sigma, tap it in the highlighter, and put a little pop of shimmer on the inner corners of my eyes, pretty close to the tear duct here. And a little bit underneath the brow. Just like so. And now that is the completed look. So I guess you could say I had a little bit of inspiration from Jeffree Star, his little picture there on the Morphe website. He has, like, I'm not sure what colors he had on his lid, but on the lower lid he had this awesome green. And I just think those colors are so not matchy-matchy that they look so awesome together. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave some comments down below, please. I love comments. I love reading them. I love responding to them. And if you guys have not subscribed, please do so because it would really help me out. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video, and give that bell button notification a little tap as well, so that way you will not miss out on any future videos from moi, yours truly. We will talk to you guys very soon. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.